Well, hello, and welcome back to the American Ball Guy channel. I am your host, the American Ball Guy. Today we are dunking new minis. I've got some Hydra agents here. These are Hydra operatives. They have, I think, a pretty cool sculpt on them. The actual mold line runs right along the edges of those stripes, so they're hidden pretty well. And the ones on the arms aren't bad. These little gals, these are the medics. Look at that little side boob action there. So we're gonna get rid of these crappy paint jobs. I mean, they're cool for what they are, but I think I can make them cooler. And since I'm just learning how to paint, I thought that probably the first thing I want to do is just grab some guys that I think look okay, aren't too terribly difficult, and we'll give them a dunk and we'll clean them up. And we bought some Prima, black flat, and then that's all they had down there at the Tractor Farm store that I went to. And then I got some matte white because I'm going to be trying some overhead stuff. I'm gonna I saw a really cool technique from a woman on YouTube, and I don't want to get her name screwed up, so we'll come back at some point. This is going to be probably a multi-part video, so without further ado, maybe we'll hold him by his gun. There we go. We'll give him a dunk for a little bit. Oh, shoot. I dropped him. There we go. Fishing for hydras. There we go. Come here, buddy. There we go. The first one of these I dunked in the cap. One of these, the cap. Yeah, they kind of look like a bottle cap. The little platform bases they sit on. And those, I believe, are made out of ABS plastic, and those turned into a nasty goo. There we go. It's coming off pretty easy. He's white underneath. I'm wondering if his gun's going to be gray or white. This seems to work okay. Get a brush on him and just kind of push that stuff off. Hey, buddy. When I worked at Boeing for a while, and one of the old guys I worked with, he said they used to wash their hands with acetone, which is, it's not good to wash your hands with acetone. It gets into your skin pretty easily, and apparently it collects in your liver and does bad stuff to your insides. Obviously, you don't want to do anything like that. Oh, look at that, the gun's white too. So, maybe get over here a little bit better. I feel like the camera's aimed a little too high. Alright, well, let's see here. Yeah, maybe I'll rearrange the camera here in a minute. We'll get a little bit better angle so you can see. I'm kind of on a roll here. Let me finish getting this paint off of this guy. And tops of his shoes. So they pretty much get, these guys are the cheapest commons. So I would imagine that these guys showed up in every single set ever. Like when you bought a big set. These guys probably had at least a few in there. I did manage to track down which sets these came from. They came from 4 different sets. They're all pretty old. I don't think any of these things are any current rules. These are all before, what's the name? So many different rules for this game. And it doesn't seem like it's impossible to learn, but they're they're color coded, and then their rainbow has more than 6 colors. So just to give you an idea. Anyhow, oh yeah. All right, well that guy's not looking too shabby. Here we go. Take a look. Look up close. He's looking pale. Give him a rinse. So if you leave them in there a long time, they get rubbery. That's something to know, I guess. If you want something to become flexible after a bit, you just leave it in there longer. It did seem, though, the one I did the Dr. Doom, the last video I made, he came out really, really floppy, and his cape was, I believe, a different kind of plastic. But it blew out, had some weird spots in it. I don't know what. If it was a weird cure on the resin or what. Here we go. I think that's in pretty good shape. Maybe a little bit more on his foot there. Yeah, one thing I've discovered, this is one of those hobbies that's probably not terribly exciting to watch. Or even, you know, like some of it is just sort of monotonous. Which, you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Get in a little zen mode. There we go. That guy's pretty clean. Whoa, misspotted his gun though. Holy cow. Alright, so for sure I gotta make the bottom of the gun clean. Okay, there we go. I was considering the other day how hard it would be to do an ultrasound. I feel like an ultrasound would be the way to go. All right, buddy, here we go. So I thought this was pretty interesting. I just got done cleaning these up, and this was the first guy I did. I thought he was all one kind of plastic, but he actually has, oh, come on, focus you. 2 different kinds of plastic. His arm is one kind. Yeah, you can see the color difference there. And then I was really surprised. The first one of these ladies I did, she comes out black plastic. She's got a little paint on her still. And a lot of paint on her bag there. But she turned out all gray plastic. And then this guy surprised me next. He shows up, and check that out. He's gray plastic with a white arm. So apparently these were kind of any type of plastic you can fit in the bin is what you made these guys out of, I guess. Okay, well, that's what we got. I don't know, that took me maybe half an hour or something. All right, people on sticks. Let's go prime me. Prime me! I demand it. So I've created a little box here, a container kind of thing. I cut a couple boxes apart. And I'm going to try to use this as a mini spray booth. It's cold and wet outside, which isn't ideal for spray painting. And I realized, you know, I could see why people really do the airbrush thing. You can keep your stuff in a small area and not make a ton. So this is probably, I don't know, this might be a terrible idea. But here's our little box. We're going to take our, it's going to hold our guy. And we're going to spray him with some of this stuff. So obviously not the ideal thing to put on a mini model, but that's what they had at the tractor store. So I've been shaking this for a while. I think it's probably going to be good. We'll see. Yeah, that seems to work okay. It's okay. It's all right. Oh, boy, that does stink, though. Yeah, that might not be not be ideal. Okay, that's okay, I guess. Let's see here. Where do I set these little guys at? Here we go. Maybe we'll just set them off to the... There we go. Hook them on the edge there. And we'll try it again. And I'll probably have to open all the windows and freeze my office. And get in the way of my own ability to see there. Yeah, don't try this at home, kids. Alright, that looks okay, I guess. Yep, gonna have to figure something else out here. Let's stink my room up something fierce. So, if you have a better way to do this, feel free to not drop it in the comments. Because, yeah, I know. There's at least 4 better ways of doing this than the one I'm doing. Alright, last one. We'll get this over with. Hopefully I didn't paint my office here. I can see like just this finest mist coming out of this little box when I spray too much. Okay. Well, there we go. Whoa, get up in there. Get up in there. Alright, well there's the little guys. They need to dry. I need to get some windows open. So this is how the first batch came out. Not too bad. You can see I painted it white and I had them on little sticks and I took them off of the sticks. But that, I'm not sure. I'm gonna try again. That's my next plan. I got another set of 3 girls and 3 boys. This time one of these guys was dark and everybody else was the same color. So I'm going to try to give them another blast of flat black, and then I'm going to try a little bit more overhead on the white paint and see if that makes a difference. I'm thinking, because I don't have an airbrush, I need to get something a little more straight up and down, because there's a lot of fine mist overspray. I think the pressure in a paint can is a lot higher than an airbrush. All right, back to work.